everything is on our websites, okay? So if you want to know more, ask me. Manuals are there up front for everyone to scrutinize and study, and so are most of our videos. We show you exactly the before, after healing progression and how I have done this one. That was in Poland. This is something that doctors have marketed as a substitute. Any questions? You know how to get in touch with me. That's my WhatsApp number. So look, if I know how to use it. No, that was another one. I mean, if you've got a certain feeling right now, that's normal. It's just my charms. I'm extremely charming, am I right? So it's normal. Okay. If you don't understand me, there's subtitles coming down, right? Sorry, my Italian accent. Now, there's my charming photo there. Okay. This is the first device that we have designed, and we designed it in 2013, and it's got 32 power levels, but the very important thing about these sort of things is what it can do for you. It does upper and lower eyelid tightening. That's very, very important. Upper and lower eyelid tightening, back in 2010 and 2011 in Italy, because I'm from Italy as well, I've got an Italian passport. I'm supposedly speaking Italian and all, but it was marketed as non-surgical blepharoplasty, and it was marketed for doctors only up until maybe 2013, 2014, when we actually started disrupting the market and putting all the information out there, and people got upset with us, with me personally, because we put all the information out there. So this is something that doctors have marketed as a substitute to surgical blepharoplasty. So it actually gives you an idea of how good the results are. And now with this plasma devices, you're able to have the same results that doctors have. And this is why we've been not really liked by doctors. And then basically how I went in this industry is because I've seen this type of device marketed in Italy, and I thought that was far too overpriced. It wasn't designed well, so I came up and designed another one. It does periorbital line attenuations. Any fine lines you can attenuate really, really, really well. And for those ones who've been in the plasma group, the results are absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Perioral line attenuation, tattoo removal as well, and it does work better than lasers. And Nora has actually done a few treatments as well. Absolutely amazing, much better than lasers. I don't know to this day why lasers are so popular for tattoo removal. However, there's many ways to break an egg, and this is another way. But if you actually try this, you'll be absolutely amazed at the results that you get only after one session. In some cases we've seen actually real non-scarring tattoo removal, tattoo fading, almost 100%, because tattoo removal is quite difficult to achieve completely with no scars and no signs. Permanent makeup removal, skin tightening in general, skin resurfacing, especially with the new device that we've got, and moles removal. This is it's called a cerebriform mole, and everything I'm showing you here, these are the before and after. We've also got the healing progression, and we've got the videos to actually show you how we got to those results. So the video is online, it's on YouTube. There's got I don't know how many views, but we show you exactly the before, after healing progression and how I have done this one. That was in Poland. Another one in Poland. I think this is a seborrheic keratosis. April 2014. A few years later, you couldn't even imagine there was anything there. And again, the video of this procedure is all online. So you see the before and the video on the YouTube video. You see the before, after, healing progression, and see how it was performed. This is the sexiest man on earth, myself. July 2014, don't laugh, it's true. July 2014, November 2016. After 2 sessions, I had to be my own guinea pig, and these are the results at that point. And again, I show you the procedures on the video. This is taken from the thumbnail of the video of YouTube. So you can actually watch if you go on YouTube and type Areton Ltd. Then if you scroll, or if you go on beautyteckplasma.com, you'll find the case study. This one as well. This is a lower eyelid tightening. Oh yes, I just forgot. I mean, if you want to see the case studies, this is the link over there. So look, yeah, everything has got the link. I do apologize, I haven't done it myself. This is the before. By the way, here what happens is she'd done an upper eyelid tightening, and then I happened to get a hold of her and say, hang on a second, what's going on here? Let us do the lower eyelid. And this is after 1 session only. You couldn't see, they actually disappeared altogether. And then this type of wrinkles underneath on your under eyes, if you've got this type of wrinkles when you're not smiling, because she was not smiling at that point, then you get extremely good results. If the wrinkles present as folds, you always get extremely good results. Absolutely amazing. No wonder this technique is spreaded the world over, because the results are absolutely amazing. I can't remember where this was from. Oh, South Africa, yeah. Oh yes, we must have as well not only the before and after, but also the video of it. I can't remember because I haven't actually edited the videos in a few years now. But most likely we've got the videos. The video of this procedure. I seem to recognize this lady. Is it here? No. But again, you've got the before, after, and the video of it. Okay, and then I do apologize for the quality of the afters. This is what we get after we take the pictures, and then we get the pictures back from whoever we've treated, if they're kind enough to send us the pictures back. So we can only work with what we've got back. And there's not any photoshopping. That's one of the things that we make sure of. We don't do any photoshopping, and we film everything we do in terms of procedures, and we want to publish the before, healing progression if we have it, and the video showing people how that was done. And you can see, if you're quite interested in looking at it, that's the link in there. That was, I don't know where exactly, maybe here in South Africa again. Again, you should be able to watch the procedure. And again, there's no any photoshopping whatsoever. And again, another before and after. Again, the same one. Maybe I'm going back myself. And I think this was here as well, and you'll be able to actually see the procedure as well. This maybe if I remember well, in South America, Colombia maybe, and you see the before and after. You can actually watch the procedure, see the healing progression, and enjoy the whole process if you want. We've done this because we wanted to actually give a very good real proof of what is possible to actually with plasma. It's not just the before and after. We want to actually put everything out there, and then in this case you can actually see before and after, very likely healing progression. We've got so many of these, I can't even remember them all. And quite surely there should be, if you click on that link, there should be the video of it if you're interested. So every time we do a training session, we video it so that if you haven't had the chance to view it, you can view it whenever you like. It's just, you can view it on your mobile phone, laptop, whatever. All these videos are completely available on YouTube if you want to actually learn the technique and whatnot. So you actually learn how it was done and the results as well. Because also the other thing is, that was a friend of mine in China. We've done the lower eyelid tightening, and you can actually watch the procedure as well. I do apologize, this video has been done in Chinese because she's Chinese, so I had to speak to her in Chinese. But you can actually watch it. You see the healing progression, the whole lot, and the before and after. This is another one of the case studies. This one I particularly remember because I edited the video myself, and I've done the case study myself. You see the before, 14 days later, 10 weeks after, and there's more healing progression to it. So, and you also watch exactly how I've done it. And that was in Poland maybe 4 years ago. And South Africa, want to watch this? I think we've got the video as well. This is not the before and after. The healing progression wasn't finished, but there's the video of it as well. 8 tattoo sort of removal. This is only after one session, and I'm not sure where it was. Maybe in South Africa, maybe I can't remember. It's possible. But there is the video of it. If you actually click on that link, I seem to remember there's the video of it, and you actually see how it was done and how that was achieved. I think we've got also the healing progression. So if this is the result after one session only, imagine if you just repeat the procedure 3 times or 4 times, very likely you're able to not only get in the ghosting as we got. I mean, if you compare it to any, well, most lasers, something like this you would get after maybe 6 to 7 procedures, whereas this is only after one session. I'm not telling you exactly everything because everything is on our website. We've got loads of videos. Repeat myself on how to do these things. I don't know, maybe this is moles removal. I can't remember. And again, this is not something that I've edited myself. And then, the Beautyteck plasma device. Now, we have designed the Beautyteck in 2013, and we have not perfected it. Because the market has got loads of devices out there, there is one type of device, because again, I do apologize, I'm an electrical engineer, so I'm just a freaking geek. So I want to do the best things I can possibly do at the time. So I thought up about this device. Let's have a look. This device is the very best plasma device there is in the world, and it's going to be the case for a few years to come. The reason is because we have actually put loads of new features to actually make it the very safest device there is, and I'm going to explain why. I haven't got the footage here on this presentation. The footage is all on our YouTube channel, and the manual as well, which is published already on our website. So you can actually, if you want, you can actually see exactly how the prototype is working and see the benefits of it in your own time from your mobile phone, wherever you like. We like doing everything online. So all our manuals are there up front for everyone to scrutinize and study, and so are most of our videos. So you can precisely and digitally control the timing of the arc in various different ways, and we're going to actually show you how. Therefore, you have the delivery of the exact amount of energy that you want, because again, I'm not able to give you the whole knowledge here because we've got loads of videos and it takes a long time to actually get the knowledge. This is why we've got the videos. But when you have an arcing device or a plasma device, you are able to deliver the energy, to change the amount of energy you deliver in a number of ways. One is changing the frequency of the device. One is changing the power level, i.e. the voltage. And another way is to change or control the timing of the arc. Up until now, there's not any other device I know that actually control the timing of the arc digitally. And this device controls that digitally. So you can actually tell this device, I want the arc for 300 milliseconds, 250 milliseconds. It actually delivers the exact 300 milliseconds or 250, 100 milliseconds or even less to the millisecond. It's absolutely amazing. This is why it's the safest and the most precise there is. So you know exactly how long the arc is going to be on for. It works with hot and cold plasma. If you've got a plasma device, you've only worked with hot plasma. But you can actually work with this with cold plasma as well. And there are advantages of working with cold plasma. Cold plasma, just to make it simple, is plasma in argon. So when we refer to hot plasma, we refer to plasma in air. But in this case, with cold plasma, you're actually working with argon, and there's certain advantages of working with cold plasma because you can actually do skin surfacing in ways inconceivable with the current plasma devices that work with electrical arcing in air. Mind you, I mean, there's so much jargon about this hot and cold plasma and plasma in general. Some people even call hot plasma nitrogen plasma. They say, oh, our device is the only nitrogen plasma. Of course, because in air we've got mostly a nitrogen. So it's true, but it's not the only one, because every other plasma device works in air. So hot plasma, nitrogen, air plasma is all the same thing, but you're working with argon as well if you wish. You can set the maximum time of the arc, and then you can actually adjust. You can tell this device to actually give you the exact timing that you want. And it's not something that's tricky. It's not something that's very, very simple as it seems. Because when you're actually, say for example, you're setting your device to deliver only half a second of arcing. When you actually do your nice arc, maybe you're moving your wrist a little. And then if you're moving your wrist a little, that arc may extinguish. Therefore, you may think that you have actually delivered half a second, but you have delivered less. So we have made a function where that device measures exactly that time of that device, the whole time, and then say for example, if you only delivered 300 milliseconds, then it will say, well, I only seen 300 milliseconds, I have to still keep the tip on for 200 milliseconds, and then once it detects that you have delivered the other 200 milliseconds, it shuts off. So it's a very sophisticated device, and again, it's aimed at the top, at the high range of the market, at the top range of the market. Device features, already mentioned them. You can precisely digitally control the timing of the arc. Basically, we put a guarantee. If you tell this device to give you 500, 450 milliseconds, 700, it will actually deliver the exact timing that you tell the device to deliver. And therefore, you actually have a guarantee on the amount of energy that you are putting into that particular spot. Something that up until now is only done using your own eyes, or done using a button or your own wrist. But this does completely automatically and digitally. We thought, come on, there's got to be somebody who's got to do that, so we might as well do it. So you've got the exact delivery amount of energy, because this is the reason why in the spot operation is the safest and most precise device that you've got on the marketplace. Also, there's many other things that I can't actually recall here, but you can change the frequency of the device. Up until now, the frequency, that sine wave that you see at the output of these devices, is constant, is fixed. With this device, you'll be able to actually change the frequency, and it's got other implications which I don't have time to talk about it right now. Then you can set obviously the maximum timing mark and the whole time and so on. So the start counter, this is the easiest one. The start counter allows you to set the maximum time of the arc. What does that mean? Because it's the easiest way of designing this sort of feature, because if you say to the device, look, when you detect the arc, make sure you count up until, say, 500, 600 milliseconds, how long you want, and then shut off that tip of the device. And this is what the device does. So basically with the start counter, we call it the start counter or maximum timing of the arc, because you're actually able to set the maximum timing of the arc. So say for example, if you're telling this device deliver 600 milliseconds of arc, you can deliver 50 milliseconds, 100 to 150, 550, up to maximum 600 milliseconds. So say, for example, if your hand moves inadvertently, then the device, and you actually shut off that arc, the device will count up until 600 milliseconds and will shut off after that. So you may be able to actually deliver less but no more. It's a sort of safety feature. So if you want to make sure that you're not delivering over a certain amount of energy, you can use this function. So if you're saying, well, look, I want to make sure that maximum I'm going to be able to deliver half a second, this function will allow you that to do it. And up until now, I don't know any other device that does it. So it's a bit of a schematic, but I pretty much try to explain the best possible way. This has been taken in a very lazy fashion from our manual, which is on Areton-Ltd.com, Beautyteck Plus, if you want to actually study the device. There's the videos of the prototype, the manual, and I think also the online tests if you wish to take them. So we give you all the knowledge, all the training knowledge up front, and then if you want the device, by all means, feel free. The hole counter. The hole counter is a unique feature which I don't think many people will do for a very long time. Now, what does the hole counter do? Just as explained before, it makes sure that you're able to actually deliver within that spot that you want to deliver the. I don't know how many people know the spot mode, the spot operation. How many people do not know? Raise your hand. No one knows about the spot mode or spot operation. Yeah.
The spot technique.
Yeah, the spot technique. One. Who knows?
We don't understand your accent.
I say speak this way. The spot mode. The spot mode. Okay. So mostly you don't understand the spot mode. I don't think. Or this. Okay. How many people don't? Okay. Do you know the spot mode? Raise your hand. Okay. You do not know it? 1, 2, it doesn't. Do you know it or not? No. Why don't you raise your hand? Raise your hand? I say, who doesn't know? Raise your hand. Okay, fair enough. So I'd say maybe 30% don't. So if you don't know the spot modes, do not worry. We've got everything explained in videos, online tests, in written formats, so you can learn everything about the spot mode and how to perform these treatments using the spot mode, the spot operation, using electrical arcing. So do not worry about that. We've got everything there is out there. When you've got time, if you wish to actually learn it, we've got hundreds of hours of training videos on our YouTube channel and multiline.com. But basically what this thing does, because if you actually use a spot mode, you know that you have to actually guess how long you're putting that spot for. And your eyes are not able to actually count that duration digitally, well, with great precision. And this is exactly what's possible to do, because we also experimented that when you think the arc is on, sometimes 20% of the time or 30% of the time is actually not on. Because if there's switching, a very, very quick switching that is less than a certain amount of time, our eye still think that that arc has been on all the time. And this device is able to actually tell exactly the amount of time. So many times you think that the arc has been on for 1 second, but it's actually been on for less. And this device detects it. And it's got great benefits, especially in safety, and if you want to make sure you've got very good results with an upper eyelid tightening. So the whole counter, start counter, so the start counter sets the maximum time of the arc. The whole counter makes sure it gives you a warranty of the total duration of the arc within that spot. And this is cold plasma. Why is it good? The cold plasma is good because you're able to actually do almost everything that you're able to do with hot plasma, the plasma that you know of, but in this particular area, the surface of contact between the arc and your skin is much lower in temperature. So that actually means that in terms of pain, it's less painful. And in terms of application, because that, you see, I mean, if you've seen the normal plasma, normally the dot is very, very small. The surface area between that arc and the skin is very, very, very small. Maybe in the region of half a millimeter or something of the sort. Whereas in this case, that surface of contact is in the region, depending on how you actually perform the treatment with the cold plasma, is in the region of 4 to 5 millimeters spot. And since it's not that hot, then you can actually go around the whole face and do what do you call it? A skin. You can actually remove the epidermal layer of the skin using this technique. So you've got two things in one device. It's as if you're actually doing a laser without all the disadvantages of a laser. You're removing the outer layer of the skin, the epidermis, and you're also injecting heat into the skin, but a lower amount that you were able to actually do with hot plasma. With hot plasma, it's quite difficult to, if not impossible, to do the same things as with cold plasma. With cold plasma, you can do the same thing that you can do with hot plasma, but not vice versa. The cold plasma has got many advantages, especially in skin resurfacing. Skin resurfacing, because you're doing a skin resurfacing plus you're injecting heat without using light. So if you don't use light to inject heat, light meaning lasers, then you do not have the disadvantages of using lasers. As to say, you can actually work on any skin type from 1 to 6 and achieve the same results that you would achieve with a YAG laser and most other alexandrite lasers or any other lasers, which is a great, great thing. Another image. This image is taken from beautyteckplasma.com, where we've got an article explaining the physics of the cold plasma. If you want to read it, everything is just I take the image. I cannot give you the whole information. If you're actually a geek, go there, read everything. It took me a freaking 2 weeks time to write the article. So again, I'm not talking about that, but it's beautiful. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that if you remember with the normal arcing that you're used to, normally you've got a very tiny spot that is there, for example, but here the arc it's quite large on the skin, so you can and it's not delivering the same amount of heat. It's not as painful as the arc that you know. And this is the arc that we're using. The hot plasma is the same thing. As I say, in physics is the same thing. Although the energy is so high, at the spot, at the surface of contact is quite small compared to the amount of energy that you actually deliver in hot plasma in the air. So this is why when you're using a plasma device, you've got a very, very tiny spot that is brown, because the energy concentrates in one very, very little spot. And therefore it's quite painful. You do need anesthetics in order to do that. Okay, thank you. I'm told I have to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go quite quick. Look, I'm gonna go quite quick. Everything is on our websites. Okay, so if you want to know more, ask me. I'll direct you to them. But everything is there with videos and whatnot. Okay. Then you can change the frequency, you can change the power levels, of course. You can see my nice picture. No, not really. We'll put a Trump picture in there in the prototype. Then we've got Hifu devices. Now, if you're interested in Hifu treatments, we've got all the new online training on Hifu. We've got online training on the face, online training on vaginal tightening using Hifu. We've got multiline and the classic Hifu as well. These are devices, say a treatment of the sort for the face only, they charge up until today £1,000 in the UK, and it's been marketed as a medical procedure, but because of the nice legislation that we still have in Europe, we can still do it in Europe. Don't need to be a doctor, and this is not going to be a medical device for many years to come. So great, we can actually invest. So all the training on these 3 devices is available on our website, so I'm not going to go in too much detail about that. But I mean, this type of treatments are very effective. Basically, you break the collagen from inside the skin without actually causing any external damage onto the epidermal layer. So it works in a very different way from plasma. The physics is completely different. The physics is completely different from lasers as well. And the results are very, very good as well. And again, I'm not going to go into everything very, very quickly because everything is on our videos that we publish online. So it improves crow's feet. It's also been marketed as non-surgical facelift and so on. It's been marketed as body contouring, and there's been also marketed for vaginal rejuvenation, vaginal canal rejuvenation, as a way to improve incontinence, but it's not a claim that we do make. However, the technology is the exact same. This is just some before and after. Okay, I'm just not going to go too quickly, but this is, I mean, you really need to go a bit of exercise in order to get this sort of results, because we're not doing miracles with it. But this is vaginal rejuvenation. It's very, very easy to perform. I'll show you. I mean, I don't know how many people are actually going to do the training with me. I hope that we're going to have a good number of people, but I will be so happy to show you facial. Don't be. Hey, don't think bad things. I'm so pudic. Yes, I'm so pure. Okay, I'll leave it. So, but basically, no, jokes aside, I'll be very happy to give you as much knowledge as I possibly can on these devices, facial, body and vaginal rejuvenation. So I don't know exactly if we're going to have, if you're going to be part of our training later on. I haven't got time to do it today, and I don't think I'm going to have time much tomorrow. We'll try to give you as much knowledge as possible. This is my passion. But I'd like to show you everything, and give you all the secrets about these things. So if you want to do it with us, we're quite happy. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. We're not going to go into the details of everything here, because we may be able to cover something tomorrow, and then if you come to our other trainings later on after this conference, we hope, then we can actually unload everything I've got here into your heads, and you're going to make loads of money. No, but I mean, jokes aside, this sort of thing, I mean, have I finished here? No. These are the heads cartridges. I'm going to give you the details later on. Multiline, I'm just not going to go through that. It's too technical. You're gonna sleep in a second. But the most important thing here is, again, with Hifu, we've picked Hifu because, number one, from a legal point of view, we can actually do it, no problem, because it's not going to become medical anytime soon in Europe, so we're okay to invest in it. But this is a treatment that is being marketed, especially in the United States of America, by doctors, and they charge an arm and a leg, and you're actually going to be able to have the exact same tool and the best possible knowledge available to you in order to perform these treatments safely. At the very beginning, they look quite challenging. You're very confused, but I promise you, I'll get the confusion out. Because say, for example, if you've got, with a 1.5 cartridge, which go in a certain depth of 1.5 millimeters, you can actually go on certain areas of the face, with a 3 in other areas, with a 4.5 in other areas. At the beginning, it looks quite confusing, but if you actually get exposed to it a number of times, then it's quite easy. It's almost second nature. If you've done plasma, almost like that as well. But it can be quite confusing at the beginning. And if you've got any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. That's my WhatsApp number. You can actually WhatsApp me at night. Okay. So, to finish off, I cannot give you everything right now. I wish I could. So, we've got loads of videos, and I really hope that you're coming to one of our seminars after this event, so we can actually take everything here and put it into your brain. And ask me anything, I'll answer it. Honestly, of course, from Andreas. Yeah. Good. I think I'm finished. I think I'm done with time, yeah? If I've got, I can answer any question if you've got any.
Right now, yeah.
No, no. Okay, great.
We're going to have it tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thank you.